This week, we will get our first look at a special grand jury report on efforts to overturn the 2020 election, but just parts of it. A Georgia judge said Monday he would release 3 sections of the document, which outlines the investigation into former President Donald Trump and his allies. On Thursday, the report's introduction, its conclusion, and a section where jurors expressed concerns that some witnesses may have lied under oath will all be made public. This is just one of several cases posing a serious legal threat to the former president and 2024 hopeful. CBS News reporter Graham Cates joins me now to sort through a little bit of this. Graham, we're only getting 3 sections of the report on Thursday. What kind of information do we think is going to be in these sections?
Hi, John. For the introduction and conclusion, I think we could expect kind of a summary of what the grand jury was trying to do with its investigation, in which they interviewed 75 people over the course of 7 months or so. But I don't think we're going to, and in fact, the judge said we're not going to get, a list of people who deserve to be charged or not charged in relation to this investigation into the behavior of Trump and his allies after the 2020 election.
I'm no lawyer, and I'm about to prove it, but it seems like if you've got an introduction, the introduction's probably going to be person X or Y did it. Otherwise, what's the rest of the document got to say? I just don't understand how you have an introduction and a conclusion, and it seems like you kind of get the headlines out in those 2 parts of the document.
Well, so the reason there's a 3-day gap between when the judge made this ruling today and when it's coming out is because he said he wants to meet with the district attorney to figure out how to properly redact this thing so that they want to accomplish 2 things. The first is he doesn't want to interfere with the district attorney's investigation. He said that the report itself will be made public once the investigation is complete, once charges are filed or not filed. But until then, there's an interest in making sure that this doesn't interrupt it or make it more complicated. And then the other thing is that there are people discussed in the report who weren't interviewed by the grand jury. For instance, in all likelihood, Donald Trump. And a judge said that it's in the interest of fairness to make sure that those names aren't being used unless they're redacted until charges are filed or not filed.
Right, because it's not fair to air that publicly and not give people a chance to respond. Let me ask you about those indictments. What's taking so long? I thought there was the expectation that they might have already come by now.
Right. So at the last hearing, which was January 24th, District Attorney Fani Willis said that there were imminent decisions to be made, but she didn't elaborate, and her office hasn't since elaborated on what exactly those decisions are. Now, this was a special purpose grand jury, which meant that it had the ability to conduct this kind of complex investigation, but it was not allowed to indict itself. So what they have to do now is call an entirely new grand jury, or maybe even more than one, and present this evidence collected by the special purpose grand jury and say to that grand jury, is this enough to file charges?
Got it. Thank you so much, Graham Cates. We appreciate it.
Thank you.